That's pretty good, man. I think it's good to. I think that video will be around for a while. I got to be honest.
I think we're going to utilize it. Like and like I was saying, we had so many clips from it, like that never made it. So I think we're going to be able to go back and look at it and say, hey, like this is what we can do. Even like the music, right? Like the music that we have, like I own that track now at this point, right? Like I own that track. Yeah. Sell it, sold. So like, I mean, like that's our track now, right? Like it's all put together. So
you got the rights for it? You signed it off for real?
Well, I mean, like I paid for it, right? Like, so I'll deal, like I think what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to use it moving forward and just try to like add it to a lot of the other stuff that we're doing too, to kind of link it back.
I think you'd be good. Yeah. Even,
the other thing now we're also thinking, and I'm not getting into the film business here or anything, but like we're thinking like maybe like what you even suggested yesterday, like maybe once a year or something else like that.
Follow up.
I don't want to put out crappy stuff like this. Like if it's going to be a joke like this, I'd rather just do a proper production. I feel like we did a proper production, so I'd rather do a proper production and put something else out there. But like maybe in a year we'll do something that will
do another April Fool's April 1st, and away you go. You do a follow.
Now we'll maybe have other people dropping April Fool's stuff like this too.
We
actually got onto a Toronto blog. I forgot what it was called.
Hive or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Just to like,
how did it work out?
I don't know, man. It's hard to gauge the traction, right? When you're not in control of the account. Yeah. It's hard to gauge the traction, but that's a bit of traction.
Well, congrats, man.
Good,
that's good. I think you did an amazing job.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, that's it, man. So what do we got for real estate? Any tips and tricks for our viewers?
Tips and tricks. I think
assistant.
You know what? Like one thing I would say is that we have talked a lot about investing, and I'd say like I want to talk about that a little bit more too, because I was looking at some properties in Barrie just because we have somebody that might be selling a place there and wanting to move to Ajax. And so we're looking at properties that, they even bought less than a year ago a townhouse there for like $380.
In Barrie?
Yeah, for $380. And today
that's Innisfil, right?
In Simcoe, Barrie, like it's actual Barrie.
Barrie?
Yeah.
Is it off Mapleview? That section?
I think it's a little bit north of there.
Okay, fair enough.
So I think a street's called Coronation or something like that. But so they have, they bought it last year around $380, and they probably get like $450 for it right now, $435, $450 for that property. So yeah, but see, that's the thing. Like these are places that I would have looked at last year and be like, oh my God, $380, no thank you. Like I'm not interested, you know what I mean? But then I kind of opened up the scope yesterday, and I'm looking at it and saying, and I'm looking at detached homes there then, right? Like single car detached homes for, like less than $500K, big detached double car garage homes for like less than $600K. And I'm just like, in my trade area, you can't even buy a townhouse for that amount of money.
That's what I was saying. Even those videos that I do, like people always got so fixed on even just investing in Toronto. Like there's investment properties I'm going to flip. There's about $300,000 in equity per property. It's $600,000 in equity.
And how long ago did you buy them?
Well, the first one I bought the ice storm of 2013. I just don't remember, and I closed March of 14.
Yeah.
So let's say 5 years. 5 years. 5 years
that's
exactly.
Not bad at all, man.
For one property, and the other one I bought a year later. So like 4.
So basically, you're talking like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Right. 4 or 5 years.
600,000.
$600K, man. $100,000 a year.
Remember, we always talk about real estate and how to keep multiplying our business and make more money and more commission. It can only bring us so far. If you don't have these side things going on, this is where a big injection of money. So like I kind of like fool with the camera and saying I'm not gonna do anything stupid and buy a car. I want a Porsche. I gotta buy something, but the money's gonna be reinvested naturally.
And you have to.
And I'm gonna put it back into, because this is the chess moves now. We've from the pawns we've taken out one of the horses. Now we have like more strength on the board, and now we have buying power. Before it was like, okay, Lisa, we just bought a house.
Yeah.
Bought a house. What do you mean you bought a house? I said, we just bought a house, scrounge up $60,000 because that's what we needed. And like, I don't care, kids' savings, piggy banks, we bought a house, we got to commit. If we don't commit, we're going to get sued.
Yeah.
So fine.
You put yourself in this position where you got to come up with it.
She wasn't very happy with that, right? Because I didn't tell her. But in hindsight now, like her mind is like, we should be buying more stuff. And so.
Buying more real stuff.
More real stuff, more real estate. So going back to that, so now we're at the next step of this chess match, where now we're gonna put the money where now I have more experience, more knowledge in the whole industry, and how to make more money. So now duplex for sure, and it's gonna be a splittable lot, a dividable lot. So naturally, I wanna, because my intention was always to build 66 houses, like that's my goal right now, and that's the start of it. So buy these splittable lots, and then ultimately, let's see 3 to 5 years, the market when it snaps back, I'm gonna follow it. As soon as the market, I see this trend, because once we missed it. You know what? I always feel like I'm always behind the 8 ball because timing. You know, I just got into the real estate industry. It wasn't making money, and or it was making money, but not enough to invest. So first opportunity I started investing was like 2014. Let's call it. So 4 years after I started, and the train was already.
It was already going.
It was already boarded and rolling.
But the thing is that even when you look at that, man, people that were doing that at that time, they purchased in 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago for these lots. You know what I mean?
And they rode it.
But that's the thing. Like, so we talk about it, right? Like this cycle is going to repeat over and over again, right? The numbers will go up higher, right? So even right now, I look at a townhouse, say in Pickering, for like $600K, and I'm thinking to myself, hell no, like it's not, it's not really worth it or whatever. But that same townhouse, I saw it built and sold at $350, about 7 or 8 years ago. I'm not saying it's going to appreciate that much, but the thing is that we got to get on those things because those things are going to go up. Like
100%.
Look at that example of that townhouse in Barrie, like $380K. Like
fantastic,
that thing is going to be $500K in a blink of an eye.
Fantastic.
You know what I mean? Like, because where are you going to go at the end of the day?
No.
Where are you going to go? And as unbelievable as it sounds, people are getting pushed out further and further and further.
It's the only way to do it.
Yeah. And prices are going to go up.
Yeah, for sure.
Over time, though.
Over time, and I think the good news is now we'll be able to ride the next wave.
Yeah.
So once we see that market like inching, then it's like lock into a new build. I'll be buying new.
Oh, for
builds.
sure.
Yeah.
But the thing is that
it's a simple thing.
Yeah.
You put 60, 70 grand, 100 grand, and you let it sit.
Yeah.
You take possession in a year. You lease it out for another year, and away you go.
4 houses, man, I did that with. 4
Yeah,
houses,
yes,
right?
that's
Like my principal residence in Pickering. I had another one that I bought with somebody in Oshawa. There was another one I bought another 2 in Pickering.
You like those new builds, eh?
I did at that time because at that time it made sense. Like the first one I bought was in like June 2010, and I moved into it like 18 months later. Even when I bought it at that time, people were like, "Are you nuts? Like Pickering, it's single car detached home you're gonna buy for like $450K? Like it doesn't even make sense."
And you sold it for $600.
700. Yeah, sold that one for $700, and then the one in Oshawa I bought for like $260,000. Flipped that one for over $400.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, the one I have right now, I won't sell it, but like that one is up $300,000.
The one where your mom's in.
No, but like my own place. So I mean, I've been using them as like personal vehicles, personal investment vehicles. But the one my mom's in, like that one too. Like we picked up that one for like $340, $350. Right now it's like $525. Like there's no way you'll get less than $525.
And you keep it.
Yeah. What's the point? Yeah.
I think people even get confused with so real estate is long term.
Sure it is.
But you have to weigh the investment. So now I'm flipping my properties now. When they come to the end of the life cycle where you're going to have to dump in 30 to 40K to renovate it, that's a choice you need to make at that point. Do I flip it or do I put them? Is it worth the initial investment?
Yeah.
When you get into like a townhouse, it's like something you're just getting into the market with, like a townhouse.
Yeah.
It's always the lowest priced property to get in the area. At one point, you're going to make a point. Is this thing going to go up any further? Is it worth it? Or can I use this money to multiply it and get double doors?
I think, exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was going to say. It's like, it depends on what your overall goal is. See, your overall goal is to probably, to build, and then even at this point right now to multiply the number of doors. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
But the thing is, it may not be for, let's call it like an average or entry level investor who doesn't really have those ambitions. They work their, 9-to-5 job, they do good, but they want to diversify their portfolio and not have all their money stuck in RSPs or something like that, which is a great idea. But when they come to that, point in having to renovate a home, I think for a lot of people, it might be actually worth it. If they have their solid job and that's what they're going to do, and they're using this as a long-term investment vehicle, I think that the right thing for them to probably do is do the roof and do this and do this. I think so, unless they have the idea of taking that money out and what else are you going to do with it? Do you know what I mean?
So you brought up a valid point. Yeah. So I just told one of my clients that they sort of basically what I did originally. I basically multiplied it. I showed them what I did, my model. And I just basically sold my model. Yeah. And we bought, I think, 20 to 25 units in Alliston, like that area. Like if you see I think it was like top 10 for purchase sales in that area.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
I bring all these investors to buy and I'm just following my model. And but what I told the last lady here that bought a rental property, I said, I'm doing something new right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try it out first. I'm going to run it. And then if it works, I'm going to show all you guys that bought similar properties like my original model, and we're going to upgrade to the second model. Yeah. But I'll guide you through the whole thing, just as I guided the first one. So if I can show them the new model where we can sell the property, cash out, get them into a better property, double the doors, and then ultimately a splittable lot in the future, why not?
As long as that's the idea of doing it. You know what? As long as that's the idea of doing it. See, I run into people that have bought their first place, right? They bought their first place, and they, it was a townhouse or whatever. They have a growing family. They want to sell it, so they tell me, okay, well, look, we're going to sell this house. We're going to buy our place, and then we're going to buy another investment property. And I'm thinking to myself, you bought this townhouse for $300K. It's worth $650K right now. Like, I wouldn't sell it. And I tell them up front, like, I wouldn't sell this place. I said, the better way for you to do is if you're working with some mortgage person, great. If not, let me hook you up with a couple of people that can help you. Yeah. Pull the money out of this one and then go buy your place. Like, it doesn't make sense for me to eliminate this property that I purchased at $350K. I feel like you went one step backwards in that process. Maybe you didn't go backwards, but you actually jumped forward a little bit by actually maintaining that property.
But if you can trade in your 4 greenhouses for 1 red hotel,
100%. I think that's the way
if you're trading the greenhouse for another greenhouse, that's a backwards idea. Yes. But if you're trading real estate to get better real estate, you look at the guys here just in this block here, like the doctor's house, like they sold that. That's the largest piece of like acreage in this area. Yeah, they sold it, but they bought other stuff with it.
They have to.
That is like Yorkville like type real estate, but they flipped it, and now they're using that money to multiply it into
but see like this is an interesting concept, and now I'll share it. I talked to you about it too. It's just like like my personal residence, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm holding this big ass house, and it's just like, what's the point? Like, you have a ton of cash stuck into it, your servicing cost on the thing is so damn high. Do you know what I mean? Like, property tax in Durham is not cheap,
dude. You're like what, $1,000 a month?
Well, no, just under that. It's $10K right now, but it'll climb. It'll go up to $12K. It'll be in a blink of an eye.
Come down here. You'll be there. $7,500. It's a deal.
But then I can't replace my house for that. You know what I mean? Like, the same house I have over there is worth like 1.5 million.
In my area.
Yeah, it's worth mine's probably worth like 1.4, 1.5, and I probably have to pay like 1.8.
No, you can get a good deal in my area.
Yeah,
come.
Yeah, you think so?
They're blowing them out.
Where am I gonna go? Drive back to Pickering?
Yeah, it's okay.
Hire a car.
No, I'm just
saving on the property tax.
No, but I get what you're saying. Yeah, you do
but
cash
then
out.
Maybe you cash it out, right? Like, maybe you cash it out. I'm thinking like, hey man, maybe I sell that one. Maybe I even go and rent. But the idea of doing that is that I buy 4 other properties.
You know what, dude? Honestly, that sounds amazing.
Right? Go buy 4 other properties. See, I'm in a different situation where I don't have kids. I don't have anything else to... I'll kind of make my decision and I'll go and do it. You know what I mean? So the thing is that I could pretty much sell that, buy 3 or 4 more properties and have them rented out. And maybe I'll even stay in one of them. Do you know what I mean? But I can actually acquire more real estate quicker.
If you don't care, like, about the house...
But that's only short term for me. Like,
I know.
you don't care.
But
like 5 years.
Saying, like it's a nice house.
I know. That's 3 to 5 years. But I guess you got to do the math and say, okay, if I do this for 3 or 5 years, where do I project myself to be? Will I end up being in a better position? And can I actually replace this house at a better bargain when you work it all out?
Or after when you sell the 3 or 4 that you bought,
can you get
a lot more money? It's a reinvestment. Yeah, I don't know, man.
That's a tough call.
I think with personal like for me anyways, personal residence, like that's your hard work is what translated. That's how you feel when you go in and you're looking at your open toe above ceiling. It's just like,
I guess, man. But then I look at it and say, this is dead. Like, it's dead money. It's dead.
I think you're right.
Yeah, it's dead money.
Right, honestly,
I think that guy Grant Cardone, Grant Cardone has like brainwashed me through some of the videos that I've watched.
What is he saying? Just rent?
Well, he even says it for himself, right? He just basically says is that look at me. Like, he's like, I actually don't own my own principal residence. The guy's goal is to, I don't know if he's reached it. Probably, like, his previous goal was that to own like 4,000 units, like 4,000 rental units. I'm sure he's surpassed that at this point right now. Doesn't own his own principal residence, but guess what? He owns a ton of freaking real estate.
I don't get that though. Why?
Because the thing is, the house that he would live in is like, $18 million, $25 million. And he's like, why would I do that? Like, why does it make sense? Like, I'd rather just rent the house and I don't have all that money tied up in it, and I can use all of that money to fuel further investments.
Yeah.
So to a certain point, it makes sense. And like, look, I think my idea would be different if I had a family and kids and stuff like that. Maybe I wouldn't be willing to rock the boat that much with it at that point.
I think at the end, like, even if you don't have kids and stuff, that's your. Mind you, it depends. You're making moves. If you have an opportunity to sell that cash out and do a few moves, you don't have a family. Yeah, fair enough. It's a good idea.
But it's easier, right? It's easier because you're not rocking people around.
You can pack it up tonight and go. As long as you're okay with the move and feeling,
I don't think I am. That's the hesitation.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But then what are you gonna do? Like, then you got to weigh it out. Like, am I gonna go with my feeling or am I gonna go with the cash? Yeah.
See, for investment properties, I can make a decision. Like
Yeah.
those properties I just I'm selling now is like overnight. I'm like, okay, it's done.
Yeah.
We could just spend 40K per property. They've reached peaks. I can multiply, move it into something else. I can make that decision all day long in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And like sign the contracts and let it go. I don't get and I had an emotional attachment because they're in the sense of their first investment.
First investment properties.
Tenants are great. 4 years and they've been 4 years with me and stuff like that. Great relationship. But I made that in like a 30-second decision.
Yeah.
Done. Personal residence for me would be tough. I don't know, because it's a little bit of a comfort guy. Like it's like that security when you're going. For me, anyways,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You go home, it's that security. It's it's that your house the way you want it, the way you picked it. It's the thing with me, flows affect me mentally. So if I get into a house, like there's a house in my area. It's I'm not even gonna mention the model, but anyways, it's very popular. Everyone has it. But I look at the outside. It looks like it's got one like dragged eye down. Like so that would bother
I don't
me.
want that.
I am looking at it. Okay, now we have to correct the roof. You shouldn't do that. Then you get inside and it's got a massive kitchen and bigger than mine. The house is about 300 square feet larger than mine, but kitchen and family room is a lot larger, which is important. And the kitchen's in the back of the house. Mine's more positioned a little differently. But then when I sat, like when you view a house, you ever sit around the house?
Yeah, of course, get a feel.
So I'm sitting at the kitchen table, I'm like, but now I can see this damn stairs like through this doorway. Like that would affect me.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit of like OCD naturally, so that's
want
why
that.
I can't,
Yeah.
I have to pick and choose. Like, but honestly, dude, if you can do that, you can pull money out and you can pop the money back into the market and reinvest it and make a fortune. Bloody great.
You know what? Like,
Do it.
like I have like I lucked out too with the builder. Like, so
We're
I
both
have
dressed
like
in
this,
white today.
I know.
Check it out.
I know.
Yeah.
But look, man, I lucked out with the builder. My house number is like 888, so it's like a very lucky number too. So my idea is that what I might do is I might just like take crazy pictures of the house or whatever and just pitch it to like the Asian market and just go out with a ridiculous number and just say like it is what it is. I don't need to sell it. But if you want it, it's a nice house and it has this number.
Yeah, it's a lucky number.
Yeah, if you want it, you can have it.
It's giving me lots of
But
luck.
I want like 1.888.
The eights have to translate. Add a one in front.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, why not? Why not?
If you want it, you want it. If you don't want it, it's okay.
Yeah, because your house is nicely done. 10-foot ceilings on the main, 9 on the second.
Yeah.
Like, it's
but see,
nice.
then you have that emotional attachment too. Is because like I was there through the whole process, like from like when there was no hole in the ground. Do you know what I mean?
I think to make a lot of money, you need to feel good too.
Yeah.
Like I know even, I remember living with my parents' basement and when I got married, right, naturally, so 3 years I was there, but I worked with my dad all day, then I was doing side jobs and I was in school at the same time, like night school for blueprint reading and stuff like that. So coming home, there was no rest. I didn't feel, like I felt I need to get out.
Yeah.
So I hate to feel like that again. So now when I get home now, I can I can relax. Like even if it's in the backyard, mind you, it's not my ideal lot and everything, but I feel comfortable. Like there's some sort of perfection from the seller that sold to me with the landscaping. I couldn't, like in my mind, I could design it the way he did. Thank God he did it. But like all the bushes are all cut, all trimmed. Like there's all like this landscaping, and the trees are all perfectly picked. Yeah. For me, that's it. I can sit down. I don't even need a chair. I sit down right on the actual concrete. I'm like just. Get a glass of wine.
See, I agree with you. So like even when I decided to move out of my parents' place when I was 21, it was like the environment that was around the house, like within the house and around the house. And I knew if I stayed there, it was going to be a poison environment.
Yeah, it's toxic.
So when I first got out, like my first place was a ghetto-ass condo, but it
was
changed,
yours.
Yeah, but it was mine, and it changed the mindset and like your environment and everything else like that. And slowly, it opened your eyes to bigger things. So definitely, like even if I do decide, it's going to be a hard decision, and it's a very rare chance that I'm going to do what I'm talking about right now. But even if I did, my idea was like I'll probably rent, like because I'm going to stay in Pickering because that's where my market is at.
That's your,
so like there's like a couple of
hood.
nice like penthouse units in a condo building. So I might find a condo building with a nice penthouse with 2 parking spots, and I might just grab that and just say, you know what, maybe I'll buy it, maybe I'll rent it.
Live the dream for a bit.
Yeah. And then just take the other cash and just put it into smarter places, right?
Why not? Yeah. Listen, that sounds all great, man. Honestly, I think that's the right move to do.
I think so.
Like, if you're not buying like a boat with it in like stupidity, if you're putting it back into investments to reinvest it, why not? Bloody hell. You can turn, whatever the equity is there into double, triple at the end, and then
if you could double your money in like 3 or 4 years, then why not? Like, there's no way that one house is going to do that for you.
No.
Like, there's no way.
Then you can build something ideal, right?
All right. Well,
Good. Yeah, good conversation, man. I think it's good. A little bit of the real estate market we went in depth with. Also, a little bit of personal what we're dealing with now with investment wise, and that's pretty much it, right? Also, even like for realtors, even that video did. I think that if you guys haven't seen the video, it's called "Sell It, Sold."
Yeah, that's right. That's what it is.
Yeah, to get the money gun.
Yeah. That was hilarious.
So check
the
it
money
out.
gun.
Yeah. That's really creative. And this guy's super creative.
Yeah, I didn't have too much to do with it, but like, yeah.
Wow,
but the idea, just the general
the
idea. Yeah. That was fun. All right, guys. This was East Meets West with my buddy Steve Zalunardo on Hussein Kabani. If you guys have any questions, you want to ask anything, or just general comments, get a hold of us. All of our contact information is on the screen there.
Awesome, guys. Have a great day.
Take care. Cheers.
Bye-bye.